Good morning, everyone, and welcome to chemistry class. Today, I'm going to discuss the Newland's law of octaves and the idea of Dobner's triads encouraged chemists to search other trends between the properties of the elements and their atomic masses. In 1866, John Alexander Newlands, an English scientist, arranged the known elements in order of increasing atomic masses. He started with hydrogen, the elements having lowest atomic mass, and ended with thorium, which was the 56th element. He found that the properties of eighth element were similar to that of the properties of first element. He compared this with the octaves found in musical scale. Therefore, it is called as Newland's law of octaves. So, according to Newland's law of octave, when elements were arranged in horizontal rows in order of their increasing relative atomic masses, the properties of every eighth element were similar to that of first one, like that of the eighth note of musical scale. Newlands divided the elements into horizontal rows of 7 elements each. And if we start with lithium as a first element, then we find that the eighth element from it is sodium. And according to Newland's law of octaves, the properties of eighth element should be similar to that of first element, that is lithium. And it has actually been found that lithium and sodium have similar chemical properties. Again, if we take sodium as the first element, then the eighth element from it will be potassium. So, according to the Newland's law of octaves, the properties of potassium should be similar to that of sodium, and it has actually been found that sodium and potassium have similar chemical properties. In fact, all these three elements, lithium, sodium and potassium, possesses similar chemical properties. Okay. Similarly, if we take as lithium as for example, if we take beryllium as a first element, then the eighth element will be magnesium, which shows the similar chemical properties that of beryllium. Okay. Now, so Newland could classify elements only up to calcium in this way. As more and more new elements were discovered, they could not be fitted into the octave structure. And Newland's classification of elements based on his law of octaves, however, gave a very important conclusion that there is some systematic relationship between order of atomic masses and repetition of the properties of the elements. And Newland's law of octaves for the classification of elements possesses some limitations. Okay, now let's discuss that limitations. Newland's law of octave was applicable to the classification of elements up to calcium only. After calcium, every eighth element did not possess the properties similar to that of the first element. Thus, Newland's law of octaves worked well with the lighter elements only. Newlands assumed that only 56th element existed in the nature and no more elements would be discovered in the future. But later on several new elements were discovered whose properties did not fit into the Newland's law of octaves. And in order to fit elements in his table, Newlands put even two elements together in one slot, and that too in a column of unlike elements having very different properties. For example, the two elements cobalt and nickel were put together in just one slot, and that too in column of elements like fluorine and chlorine and bromine, which have been very different properties from these elements. And iron elements, which resembles cobalt and nickel elements in properties, was placed far away from these elements.